I'll just do the Twitch export to YouTube for this week.
Okay.
I'll just...
And, oh, wait, what? It blinked.
I see Illidan.
He's
Being
not
interviewed
prepared.
by a Murloc. Okay. We'll bump the Alpha Geek up again.
I forgot to mute the stream, though, so there was some weird hiccups there, but it's fine. It's fine. It all worked itself out. John knows what he's doing, I swear. It won't look like it.
Lies.
It won't sound like it.
Do you swear by the moon and the stars in the sky?
Oh, that's going to be stuck in my head for, like, ever.
I'm such a jerk.
We've been on a 90s kick in our office lately. Been
Really?
listening to a lot of 90s music. I don't know why, but we did. We have been.
You know what is great when you spell woot correctly and not with two I's instead of O's?
Wheat.
Wheat!
Wheat!
Wheat. We did it. We are successful. Wheat.
Wheat!
All right, now let's let everybody see us. You're going to be visible in a 3, a 2, a 1. Kapow.
Finger guns.
Hi, everybody. We're here.
Are we? Are we really?
And it's time for a show.
There we are!
Woo!
I still don't see us. Oh, wait, now I see us.
Yay, it's us!
Huzzah!
Hi, gang.
Are you talking to the chat room or us? Because you used the word gang again, so
You're all my gang.
we're part of your posse, yo.
I don't like the word posse.
Because
Why
you're not
not?
in the Old West?
I don't know. There's always
I
just-
like posse.
I feel like
Jocelyn?
it's too easy to mispronounce.
Jocelyn, could you be in my posse?
That's why I like it.
Whoa.
Do you want to be in my... Wait, what?
Yeah, see? And then it immediately... Then Ben's making strange offers.
So, Jocelyn, yes, no?
Don't
Absolutely.
answer that. No! Jocelyn, it's a trap! It's a trap!
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, since that took forever to start up, do we want to actually start the actual show now?
It's not my fault.
I didn't say it
I'm
was.
pretty sure everything's your fault.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably my fault. I was watching Daredevil.
I know you were.
If that episode hadn't ended, I might not be here still.
Yeah, that's okay. Jocelyn and I would do the show without
I
you.
gotta find out how Daredevil's gonna get out of this one.
Wait, was he in an old Dodge Charger, like flying through the air, and it just paused right before the end of the episode?
Yeah, spoilers.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I was totally picturing them like doing the whole like running in and out of all the different doors in the hallway.
Like,
How will he ever escape?
I would actually really like to see that in an upcoming Marvel film.
Civil War, that's just the whole movie, is them like peeking out and running.
Where's Bucky?
Oh man. I seriously though, I'd be really disappointed if that was what happened.
I think this Civil War movie has made for some of my favorite Marvel internet memes so far. I saw a new
No.
GIF today.
No. I don't want to know anything about anything. The internet is gonna ruin that movie for me.
Oh no, this is from a red carpet event.
Uh,
Robert Downey Jr. threw a cup over his shoulder and hit Chris Evans with it. And so you just see Chris Evans turn and glare at him, and then it cuts to Civil War.
all right, that's allowed.
That is pretty darn good, actually.
I've been completely and utterly avoiding trailers, and then so the internet completely spoiled the whole Spider-Man thing for me.
Oh.
I was just like, I don't want to know anything about anything, and then my whole timeline on Twitter is just full of this fucking GIF. I'm like, damn it!
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not know Spider-Man's in that movie.
Well, and it's one thing to like know he's in the movie, and a whole other thing to see his like reveal shot.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Disappointed. Also, I said fuck. I'm sorry.
That's
Like,
fine.
we give a shit.
Twice.
I like that Ben feels like he escalated it with shit. Like, I'll make her feel comfortable. She's allowed to say the F word because shit. Haha, showed them.
Well, where am I supposed to go after fuck? Come on.
You can escalate fuck. You shouldn't, but you can escalate it.
I think I can with no repercussions.
Yeah, Jocelyn
that's
could.
true.
You.
Jocelyn could easily.
Me
escalate
or the
fuck.
Brits. You are neither.
True. Very, very true. The Brits can really say anything and just get away with it.
Ben, you have been really escalating things lately on the show, actually. You should be real careful.
That's true. I called the flower a whore, what,
You
2 episodes
did.
ago?
I don't know where that came from. The most undue hostility towards flowers
No,
I've ever heard.
We were doing old man talk, and, the flower was dressed up as a hussy. It's a whore.
God, you're not making it better, Ben.
I'm explaining it.
You are digging the hole deeper.
Oh, good point.
This is our very blue pre-show.
Because
You
we're
can
blue.
just like bleep me with chicken noises. That's what Garrett does.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Well, I could always... No. Nah, I can't do that.
That was actually my favorite part about doing the Star Wars episode for Christmas, was getting to bleep our cuss words with Ichuta.
How rude.
It's my favorite bit. And we only cuss twice.
Oh, look at that. Calling a flower horde is fine. That's right. That's what I said. I said horde.
That's some revisionist bullshit history right there.
What? It's not like it's recorded. I mean, you have no idea.
No,
Yeah,
it's recorded.
can't go back and find that out. It's lost
Nope.
forever.
Completely.
Mhm.
Completely.
If we do, for whatever reason, go on a real sweary tangent before the show and after the show, I think the outtakes for this episode should be like you with like as deep a voice as you can go saying, "And now, Azeroth Roundtable, after hours," and then like just but bleep it all, but like put it all in its hardcore fashion. In fact, bleep some unnecessary words.
It's like, John, are you going over there?
It could be
Bleep
like
first.
Mad Libs.
Yeah.
People write in and be like, guess what the swear word was? And it's not even a swear word. That'd be amazing.
No, all that we get is an email, like not the actual Mad Libs part of it, just the words themselves. So we just open up email, F, S, S, F, S, C, F, S. What are you trying to... Oh, right.
Oh, right. The
Also-
Mad Libs.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. Well, everything was right except for that other S there.
I tried Mad Libs once, but it turns out I guessed all the words right, and it just was kind of boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of sucks. But then again, my sister and I did those a lot when we were kids, and we thought they were really funny, but no.
I was just like, oh, this constructed a logical and boring story. Great.
When I did them, I was so young that I didn't actually know the difference between nouns and verbs and stuff, so I just picked random words.
They
Yeah.
really are kind of a silly thing, though, when you think about it, because the joke relies purely on the, like, the noun went walking on the beach, and you're like, right in whale, and then it's like, the whale went walking on the beach.
Oh,
Whales can't walk. What? This is the most zany fun I've ever had. A walking whale. Mom! A walking whale. Come on now. Get with it.
Yeah, for some reason, when we tried to read them for my mom, she didn't laugh as hard.
It's because you didn't make him blue.
Mm.
The Green Man. Men aren't green.
It's racist.
They're aliens.
Yeah.
It said man, not alien.
Well, what? Are you
Little
saying
green men?
that aliens can't have genders, Ben? Are you
We
saying
don't know that.
alien is a gender?
We don't know. We don't know what they have, John. We don't.
Some people do.
sick of your negative alien assertions, ass.
Screw you, E.T.
Politically correct ET. He just comes out and corrects them about every alien assumption. Actually, that's xenophobic, Elliot.
We have males and females too.
Ouch. He touches him on the chest. Why'd you touch my chest? 'Cause your heart is evil, Elliot. I'm trying to heal it. What is this ET voice? He just sounds like a heavy smoker.
Oh man! So if E.T. actually did have like throat cancer or something, like would he have one of those giant, big mechanical things to talk since his neck's so long?
They sent me down to Earth to gather plants and shit because I really fucked up my lungs. It's fine, but the fuckers left without me. You know how it is, Elliot.
They got tired of my electric voice.
So
Wicked Kitten, yeah, he did talk. He said things like home.
Hey, look, I don't want to sound creepy or nothing, but when your sister gets a little older, send her my way, huh? Drew Barrymore, am I right, everybody?
She was like 6, John.
Hey, look, first of all, the name's E.T. It stands for Elliot Thomas, you xenophobic bastard. And furthermore, I said in a few years, not now.
A few is like 3 to 5 years.
Many years from now. You don't know what the laws are on my planet. Don't judge me.
What are they?
They're actually more strict. Significantly so. Technically, I'm still not legal myself. I'm 138.
What's the drinking age?
2. So I'm hungover and my libido's killing me.
You don't make any sense.
You got any Reese's Pieces?
I love that shit.
Turns out gets aliens high.
Peanut butter.
I'm way into your Star Wars collection now, kid. Wouldn't have cared before, but yeah, tell me about Greedo and Han, please.
Kind of like jerky tea.
Okay, we should probably start a show.
It's the only version of E.T. that I think I'd ever enjoy.
He is weird. He is like an odd putty man.
Okay.
That's really all I have to offer. He's like an odd putty man.
Okay, well that works.
Hi, everybody.
E.T. is an odd putty man.
Hi. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable. Pull up
This is not how we start the show, John.
It's going to be a good time.
I don't know. You guys have changed it up a lot, so this actually could be how the show starts.
We still start it the same way where John interrupts you.
Oh, yay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite part.
Gear up, Jocelyn, because you're about to start us off.
Ugh.
Whenever you're ready.
Liar. This is Jocelyn from the Gamers Inn and the Angry Chicken, and you're listening to Azeroth Roundtable. Boom! Interrupt that.
Oh man. Okay, so now I might have to bleep out the interrupt. Boom! Beep that. That'd be great. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 156. My name is Ben Bumhofer, and with me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hi, Ben. It's going well.
Good.
You know, not to spoil it right up front or anything, but we've been doing this show for a while, Ben.
Yes.
And I feel like we've grown as a people. We've matured. We're above interrupting the guests now while on the show. Really learned a lot in this
It only
time.
took 3 years,
It only
right?
took 3 years, and now we can do it proper.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I would like to welcome to the show one of our favorites, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Going great. Welcome back to the show.
Congratulations on 3 fantastic years.
Aw. You can tell us the truth, though. It's like 3 fantastic months, and then the rest of the time.
Well, that's true, but they were kind of spread out over 3 years, so you had a month here and a month there, and overall, on average, it's pretty all right. 3 years.
Well, that's not too bad.
Congratulations on 3 years of producing content. Some of it middling, some of it bad, with occasional moments of okay.
Yeah.
You guys know that that's a lie.
I know,
do a fantastic show. No, you do a fantastic show. I love listening and love being a guest. This is like my fifth time, sixth time, some crazy amount of times.
I don't know. You know what? In the post show, I'll actually go through and count.
Look, Jocelyn, I don't like to think of you necessarily as a guest. I like to think of you as a really inconsistent co-host.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is totally not my fault because I come on whenever I get an invite, so.
Look, the door is always open.
Oh, now you say that after 3 years.
We even made you a key and everything.
Must have gotten lost in the mail.
John, did you ever send the key?
No.
It got lost in the mail. I don't know what happened with that.
That's weird. It's weird what happened.
Crazy. So, okay. Not only are you one of our favorite guests, not only is this a very special episode and we wanted a special person on it, but there is actually kind of a reason why we have you on the show.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
That's right. There was a
Now I'm
method
just
to
worried.
our madness this week. You see, typically, Jocelyn, one of our favorite things is, we get to invite you on and you always say, oh man, it's so nice to come on and get to talk about things other than Hearthstone. Well, guess what? This week, we brought you on to talk about Hearthstone, sort of.
Yay!
Okay, before the people who don't like Hearthstone leave, understand I'm still here for this discussion, but even more so, it's not technically about Hearthstone.
Yes, it's
It's about
WoW.
what's coming to Hearthstone, which is very exciting.
Kind of.
Kinda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So, and John, don't let me forget, I want to bring up the point that Brandon made last week in the pre-show when we were talking about how we might talk about this subject if we get to it.
Brandon made a point?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It sounds made up.
Seems questionable.
So, we'll get there, but this whole idea kind of came from a tweet that John made, which kind of grew in his head, and it intrigued me a lot. And I thought, who better to talk about this with than Jocelyn? And John, why don't you go ahead and kind of open it up?
Yeah, so a little while back, not a little while, so they announced a new expansion for Hearthstone, and they did so in usual Blizzard fashion with a trailer. And I actually love the Hearthstone trailers. I think they almost always make me laugh. And as I watched this newest one, which I adored, I got struck by a really weird feeling when it got to the end, and kind of as I was watching it.
Was it because of the tentacles?
So 2 weird feelings occurred while I was watching it. One tentacle related, but I was used to that feeling, and I could understand and process it. The second one was, I got the same feeling that I got when I watched like the Overwatch trailer and some of the other trailers where I thought, man, I would love to play a game set in this world. And I just, it was an honest, if I'm just telling you what I thought, that's what I thought. And then it took about, 5 seconds after that for me to realize, oh, wait, I do. It's called World of Warcraft. There is a whole world based on this. But what I started to realize was that there's something about Azeroth that's presented in those trailers that I don't feel like I'm getting out of World of Warcraft. And I think that's why when I watch those trailers, there is this feeling of man, I really want to play in that world. That's a world I want to be in. I want to be able to go to that tavern, and I want to see the world looking like this, and I want kind of that dorky, funny humor and irrelevance. And yeah, I'm sure there's going to be quests where I'm hitting stuff with a sword and it's dying, and that's kind of awful when you really think about it. But it's all going to be in the spirit of cartoony good times and fun, and we're all going to have a laugh about it at the end of the day. And so that was kind of the first step to this thought, and then there was later more Hearthstone thoughts that occurred. But let's start with that, Ben. You've watched the trailers. We had Brandon watch the trailers, and he actually tweeted something similar today. But while she is our guest here, Jocelyn, do you understand that? Does that sound like the ramblings of a crazy man to you, or can you kind of relate to what I'm saying?
No, I absolutely can. I mean, basically the new expansion, The Old Gods, is, at least in the trailer, and I loved the trailer as well, but it's very much presented in like a Disney evil. Like, that was my first thought when I saw it, is I was like, oh my God, this looks like a Disney movie. Like, this is like Ursula, like her.
Mm-hmm.
But, like that kind of level of evil. Dark, but not like scary. Like, dark, but jokey and dorky at the same time. And I think with Warcraft, you're kind of stuck between this like cartoony thing with some little fun references, but then at the same time they're trying to be super serious at some points, and it just kind of gets lost in the middle somewhere. But with Hearthstone has always had this like jokey fun feel to it, so their take on evil just is so awesome, and you're just like, I want more of that, but you can't get it in the source material, so there's like a real disconnect there.
Definitely. And I mean, one of the big things that Joss, I mean, you touched on, it's like Disney evil. It's not dangerous per se. I mean, unless you look at like Snow White, that's a horrible movie where, they're cutting out hearts and stuff. Slightly different these days.
Or The Princess and the Frog, or whatever it's called.
That's the one that it reminded me of because of like the troll and the voodoo and that kind of look and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it has that same sort of feel and everything. And like the word that's I think Brandon might have put it best, or maybe John or you, Jocelyn, talking about it beforehand. Whatever, someone said it. It's like that whimsical feeling that Hearthstone has compared to World of Warcraft. And I gotta say, those trailers of Hearthstone, they excite me to a point where I'm like, I'm gonna play Hearthstone. Then I don't, but I mean, they're a lot of fun. Like the Grand Tournament was so much more fun than like the seriousness that it portrayed in Wrath of the Lich King. It's the idea of like, I don't know, maybe the best way to put it is like kind of theme parking Azeroth a little bit more by just giving it this coat of like, hey, we're just having fun here.
It's like giving everybody Nerf gloves.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I'm sure some people hear that and they think, no. I mean, a while back we ran a poll just to see what kind of fantasy people liked, and I think Game of Thrones, like super violent and political, got like number 2 for most votes. Behind, I don't remember what one, but I think it was Lord of the Rings style fantasy.
I was gonna say I voted in that, and I'm pretty sure I voted for Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
We're like, serious stuff happens, but there's still fun, comical, whimsical stuff.
So I imagine there's a lot of people hearing like there are trigger words for some people, and I don't necessarily know why they're trigger words, but for some people they hear Disney and they're immediately just like on tilt as a result. Like, nope, don't keep Disney out. Don't have any of that. And, Ben's being assaulted by a tail right now. I just want to call everybody's attention to that. Ew, don't stick it up your nose, man. Stop. So, anyway, and I also think, when you say, like, fighting but with Nerf gloves on, I think there's even people that would be, probably a little hesitant about that. But I do think that is kind of an easy way to describe it to some degree. Whimsy. People like whimsy. That was actually one of the things that bugged me the most about Harry Potter, was occasionally it got a little too whimsical. It's like, the stairways move. And I was like, no, that's not magical. That's obnoxious. Like,
it's frustrating.
Like, magic should make your life easier, not all of a sudden ruin your day. That sounds awful. But those trailers do, and so I was trying to break down what it is exactly that I would like to see WoW pull from those trailers, because I'm going to say by default right up front, everybody, look, I understand that what we're probably going to say in this discussion doesn't ever come to WoW. Maybe if they ever did a WoW 2 or WoW Adventures or some other name for a different game, maybe we would get some of this. I'm not necessarily suggesting they take the time and effort to put this in the current game, because we're asking a lot. But I think the number one thing is the art. The art in those trailers is phenomenal, and that painting-esque style fits WoW so well. I would love to see that style adapted into the game. Like, it makes the colors and the lighting and all of that pop in such a really unique way visually to me that when I see the Hearthstone, the little silly animations for it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, everything looks so good in this.
Well, it's like the silhouette shadow, in the clouds behind the town of Cthulhu right there.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite moments when you just see a giant Cthulhu over the entire town, and that town looks super cool too. I don't even know what town that is in Azeroth, but it looks friggin' awesome.
I just looked at it and was like, alliance.
They're gonna get eaten by Cthulhu.
Deserve it.
Yeah.
Hashtag horde bias.
All the way. Gosh, speaking of 3 years of shows, that's my favorite thing to be accused of is horde bias. Because we've never denied it or said otherwise. We're like, yes. Anyway. So yeah, I think art would be the number one thing for me to take from those trailers. I think that it adds so much personality, and to tie it to something that I know Jocelyn's been playing a lot recently, even though I'm going to poo-poo it a little bit here, just a tiny bit. To me, it's the difference between something like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker versus Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. One tried to have really good graphics for its time and kind of even failed at the time, but they still looked pretty good. But it didn't adopt enough of a style to really hold up and feel as timeless, whereas you play Wind Waker and that game still looks amazing because there's such good art style behind it. And I think WoW kind of did that. They came up with a style that worked and has worked for a really long time, but I think now we are finally hitting that point where you look at it and you're like, yeah, this is getting kind of dated looking.
Well, I think you just hit the nail on the head saying, like, it worked for a really long time. WoW's been around for a really long time. And so it's going to be very difficult for them to make any kind of change to their art direction because it's so ingrained in people. I mean, do you remember the response when we got new character models? Oh my God, that doesn't look like my 9-year-old character. I'm going to go jump off a cliff.
For some reason, that one doesn't look like its face got bashed in with a frying pan. I don't like it.
There are more than 10 polys.
Yeah.
Ah!
My face is not a square anymore. I had deep-seated lore on why my character's face was a square, and you've ruined it.
That does work.
So I really think that, like, it's been around too long to see a change. I think it would be really, really cool to see, I don't know, some sort of, like, cartoony type adventure game playing off of, like, the lore that we haven't really been, not that we haven't been introduced to, but I mean, we've touched on this other times when I've been on the show, that it's really difficult to get a linear story out of Warcraft just because of the design and where they put their story and lore content. Like, I mean, even now in Draenor that did such a good job with the questing, like, I missed a huge chunk of story because I didn't do the whole legendary quest line and I skipped a whole raid tier. So now I'm like, there's green fire everywhere because reasons. So don't stand in the poop.
After we killed Manaroth last night, did you go through the portal to see the cutscene?
Yeah, I did. And I was kind of like,
stuff.
Yep. Things. That's the next dude I have to kill because he's got my gears. So yeah, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to have some sort of like adventuring game with the Hearthstone art style that explained some of the story. Like I would be totally okay. And I'm coming from a place where I hate adventure games like Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones one, and basically any adaptation of a TV show into an adventure game, like, worst thing ever. and so coming from that point of view, I'm still sitting here going, oh my God, Hearthstone art in an adventure game that explained WoW lore to me. Blizzard, take my money, please.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine if, I mean, I know this will never happen, ever happen, but can you imagine if, obviously not Legion because they're so far deep into that, but the expansion afterwards, if they actually shifted everything to more of a cell shaded style like Wind Waker, so that you're able to have like that deeper expression, and like the faraway vistas of really cool stuff going on, and just again add so much more of the whimsy. You can have go back to like the stylized version of the different starting zones and think about how different they can look, because I mean, granted, it's a polygon or a polygonal thing in a game and everything, but because of the way that the art is thrust on it, it can look like anything at this point.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting, but I know there's probably going to be there would be a lot of pushback from something like that, because I know when they announced the old gods for Hearthstone, there was a huge portion of the WoW community that was just like, WTF are you doing making my super badass old gods like kidified, basically? Like you're taking
but it's fun.
See, and they're clearly missing the fun.
Yeah, no kidding.
But just the whole argument of like, here's something that I enjoy. It's supposed to be super serious. They are like the most evil of all evils, up on the level of Sargeras, who we still haven't seen in Hearthstone either. And so we've got like this supreme evil being, and you've reduced him to like tentacles and like, yeah, just kind of put kid gloves on it. And there are a lot of people that were really upset about that. And as much as I would like to see some of the Hearthstone art style kind of make its way into Warcraft, I think if that happened, a lot of people would be like, why does this look so cartoony? Like, I liked a little bit of more of a realistic spin on my Warcraft fantasy.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, while we're throwing out awesome ideas that may or may not one day happen, but definitely would require a lot of work and attention, I would like to see a game somewhat like Destiny, we're going to say, which a lot of people have said games like Destiny, The Division, stuff like that are kind of the future of where MMOs are going.
MMOs.
So
MMOPs.
I would love to see a game where there's maybe a very compelling single-player storyline set in Azeroth with a big world that you can kind of explore and check out areas of the world, but with a heavy focus on doing more action-based content with your friends, where it's like, let's take down, the dungeon and raid experience, and let's condense it into a more action type experience, more fast-paced, more frantic, but put in that kind of art, put in that kind of fun, and make it a game that plays more like a modern game and a little less like just a big MMO where it's like, well, it's time for an expansion. We got to add a new continent. Like, instead have it be, well, here's an expansion. Now we're going to tell another story, and do that kind of content where you're putting out these regular updates that are, okay, well, here's a chunk of single player content, and here's a chunk of multiplayer stuff, and here's a raid at the end, and we'll see you again in a couple months with the next little piece. And make it a slightly smaller scale experience from what WoW is, but maybe a more story-driven, more fun, more action-type feel to the gameplay. Incorporate that art, incorporate that kind of light-hearted reverence, but that's the thing, is cartoony doesn't have to mean for kids. I've seen some dark cartoons.
Archer, anyone?
Jeez, yeah.
I would still say
Morty?
one of the creepiest images I've ever seen in like a kid's movie is Coraline when you meet the other mother and she turns around and she's got buttons for eyes. That looks super creepy, and it's, this kid's movie. And I mean, Neil Gaiman has always walked that line of, hey, this is for kids. Oh, it's also like shockingly horrifying and awesome at the same time. So get him to write it, naturally. And
that'd be great.
Oh
my gosh, I would play an expansion by Neil Gaiman in a heartbeat.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that'd be so good.
So, but I mean, like, that's my point, is it doesn't always, just because it looks like it's for kids doesn't mean that the story has to be for kids. It doesn't mean that the peril has to be fake. It doesn't mean that there has to be no combat. Like, there's plenty of games out there for kids where you hack and slash stuff, and just because it explodes in a cloud of smoke doesn't mean you didn't just kill that thing. So I would like to see that. That's personally what I would really like to see the direction go into and lean into. To me, that sounds like a game I would lose countless hours into.
Well, John, let me tell you about something called World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria. Because I would even argue, and I mean, granted, there was a ton of blowback towards Blizzard when this was announced because, oh my god, it's Kung Fu Panda, just all that stuff.
That's how they all sounded.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. I mean, I was at that BlizzCon. I heard that.
Fact.
But the thing is that expansion started off, I mean, yeah, there's some kind of dark stuff in the beginning. You got the Shaw stuff going on and everything, but a lot of the expansion was, as Chris Metzen said on stage when he announced it, hey, let's have some fun before things get really dark. And a lot of that expansion was full of like whimsy and fun
Color.
and neat things. Oh yeah, especially the color. It was very vibrant. And I mean, John, you've said one of your favorite things to do in that entire expansion was just the entire zone of Valley of the Four Winds, where you're farming half the time. It's just something where there's fun bits added here and there and everything, and they continued the story. It went along, and for the nice like light bits that they had, it crept up and turned into a very compelling story that at the very end, some dark stuff happened, but it fit with the beginning and the middle that they had established.
Yeah.
I would love something more like that because, as I've said, Wrath of the Lich King, best expansion. Miss Pandaria,
Pantera.
like that's the next one, Miss Pantera.
Yeah.
Totally different feel.
I can
Very
totally
dark.
see Blizzard doing this actually, which is shocking.
Yeah. But if they were to do something similar to that again, I mean, it really talks about their storytelling strengths, that they were able to get people who hated the whole idea in the first place, put them in there, and all of a sudden they really enjoyed what was going on and told a very complete story with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I think about it, I even think, you could almost break down the game to where it's like, okay, here's our first bit of content, right, on this new game. You've got a storyline set of quests that basically are the undead quests up through Hillsbrad Foothills. Then if you want to group up with your friends, you've got all those dungeons in there, and then maybe a special raid for either when you get highly leveled up. Make that your game content. Make that whole area super explorable, lots of cool things, lots of cool story beats and interesting bits of content, and then your next content release after that is another couple of zones. You can do the whole World of Warcraft in this style. I would still play it. Even if it was the same quest. Just make it look and sound cool. The voice acting, I think, is another big thing in that trailer, by the way. That troll sounds awesome. She's great. And she's got a cool snake friend. So remember that. And yeah, I think these are cool ideas. I would like to see Blizzard do more with the Warcraft property, actually.
I am a little bit curious to see what we might see out of Warcraft, because I do kind of feel like the two properties are really diverging, and I think that you can really see that if you compare like the most recent Warcraft movie trailer to the Hearthstone expansion trailer. Like, you've got whimsical, dark but fun, and very realistic, high fantasy looking Warcraft. Like, they are two totally different things. Legion looks like it's going to be really dark and really serious.
Yeah.
They're going in two completely different directions. So I don't know if we're going to see Hearthstone influencing WoW too much. I hope that the direction that WoW is taking doesn't influence Hearthstone and make Hearthstone become more serious. Because I know when Old Gods was leaked 6 weeks ago, I guess, we heard from, I can't remember, I think it was a Chinese website or something, basically said like, oh yeah, next Hearthstone expansion, Whisper of the Old Gods, and everyone was like, psh, no way. Like, there's no way that it's going to be Whispers of the Old Gods. Like, the Old Gods are way, way, way too serious for Hearthstone to cover. And sure enough, we've got Old God. So it's just like, where do you go from there? Like, are you going to go more serious? Are we going to see more fun spins on things? I don't know. I hope I don't get too much Warcraft in my Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I hope the balance shifts the other way.
I really am with you on that because, I mean, Warlords of Draenor was a really oppressive story. And, kind of going through it, and especially with Hellfire Citadel, it's just like, okay, I'm getting beaten down again, and going into Legion, I don't know how happy and whimsical and fun it's going to be, as opposed to more.
People are going to die.
Yeah,
I think we're going to lose a lot of our favorite characters. I think a lot of big lore people are just going to be gone.
Yeah, it's going to be like, hey guys, Game of Thrones, and it's like, yeah, but I don't know if I want to go to WoW for Game of Thrones.
Too late, everyone's dead.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the game that has a quest in there where you are a quest giver, and it makes fun of all the different people who do quests.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like Dumas?
Yeah.
The level 1 noob undead who wanders into the mines?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Dumas.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, Jocelyn, I think you have a very valid fear that World of Warcraft, it's just getting darker and darker. And I don't know how much longer I can play in a game where there's like no bright light coming in, You're
supposed to be that light, Ben.
Yeah, but I can't go around like telling jokes to NPCs and having them like brighten up, be like, hey, it's gonna be okay.
Like, they all just get like happy musical notes around them with little like hearts floating. It's just like, congratulations, Ben.
You've inspired
There's
several
500,000 more NPCs to cheer up. Enjoy.
Oh. Well, here's the funny thing, and I really believe this could happen, Jocelyn, to your point, is it might swing the other way. Like, Hearthstone is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's reaching players that, demographically speaking, are not your typical WoW or Warcraft fans. There's a good chance that the next Warcraft game could be called Hearthstone Adventures. Like, use the Hearthstone brand to inform a new generation, because they're going to look at, some spreadsheet somewhere and say more people are going to react positively to a Hearthstone branded game than a Warcraft branded game. Mm-hmm. That is kind of a scary future to me, even with all this Hearthstone love we're throwing out, but it's still very, very possible that could be the way we go.
Well, John,
absolutely. Sorry.
The way you start it is by playing a level of Candy Crush, and then you can log into the game.
Shh, Ben.
Sorry, Jocelyn. That was a really stupid joke to talk over you for.
That's okay. What I was going to say is that Hearthstone, they've been very open and very public and very proud of the number of people playing. And, like at first it was like, oh my God, we hit 10 million. Then it's like, oh, we're at 20. And now I think the last numbers that they released were something over 40 million accounts in Hearthstone. So, and I mean, it's a free to play game. So it's an entirely different audience. But when they announced that you get the new portrait in Hearthstone by playing level 1 to 20 in Warcraft, it was like outrage. Everyone was so upset that they had to go play Warcraft. It's like, that is where all of your like lore, all your cards, all your characters, like that's where Hearthstone comes from. They're introducing you to their source material. And everyone was just like, F that noise. I don't want to go play Warcraft. Warcraft's stupid. And so you've got like even 10 or 20 million people, like even if half the Hearthstone audience is reacting that way, like that's scary. That's like Blizzard's got to see that and go, oh, we thought you'd want to play Warcraft, but all you want to do is Hearthstone? Okay. And boom, over to Hearthstone. Shift the focus, shift the money, as if Hearthstone needs any more money.
Yes, they do, because Blizzard does, so that they can keep making Overwatch.
And let's use that as our transition, and we can always come back to this a little bit if need be, to topic number 2. Also
topic number 2?
Based around a tweet that I sent. I swear it's not just all about me tweeting, but I type these and then I'm like, wait, I have to go talk about Warcraft, and here's me talking about Warcraft. We should probably talk about Warcraft. So I had what I said was maybe too snarky of a tweet, and I had a lot of people come back and say that wasn't too snarky. You weren't ridiculous at all with that, which was, hey, Thanks, Hearthstone, for doing more to make me interested in playing WoW than any of the WoW team has in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's completely true. I haven't really, like, I've been playing only because I only have been playing Warcraft for about 3-ish years, maybe 3.5. And so there is a lot of content that I have yet to experience. There's a lot of things that I never had to grind for. So in some cases, I'm doing quests for Lore Master. Sometimes I'm doing rep grinds or trying to get mounts or doing old raids. And, so there's tons of things for me to do, but I am in the vast minority of players. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that play like me. And I wouldn't have leveled a new character if our raid didn't need more healers and if Hearthstone hadn't given me a portrait. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't had any desire to actually go back and experience like super early content and actually leveling a character. I've been going back with my main and just like wrecking face. So, to actually play content at level, like, man, I'm not doing a lot of that.
Well, and it's funny because, John, I don't think we've really touched on this too much, but it seems as though Blizzard is banking so much on synergy of the company. So, if you're a big fan of Hearthstone, that means, of course, as they thought, you'll be playing World of Warcraft as well, which maybe not. Or like, hey, Heroes of the Storm, I like these characters. That means I'm going to explore them in StarCraft or, something along those lines. But that's the thing is that while they have these cross promotions going, I mean, yeah, some of the stuff in Heroes makes me want to play Diablo a bit. Other than that, I don't care as much about Diablo. Is
that
Diablo
not
doing
to me at all?
Yeah, but
Diablo is my favorite character to play in Heroes right now, and I could not care less about Diablo, the actual video game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where
Hold on, Ben. One second.
Wait, hold on. Let me make my point. So the Diablo team isn't doing something that makes me want to play that game, and that's fine. It's just not my cup of tea. Heroes of the Storm is a fantastic game, and yeah, I want to play more of it. I don't because I'm limited on time, but it's a great game, and the game alone has a lot going for it. There's new content coming all the time for that, and it makes me want to play it more. Hearthstone has a lot of new content all the time. It's not my cup of tea, and that's okay. But stuff in Hearthstone gets me excited for people who love Hearthstone because, again, constantly rolling things out. StarCraft is maybe balance changes. Other than that, I haven't heard anything about them in a very long time. There's no new content coming out for World of Warcraft, until Legion comes. And I think I heard on the instance from like 2 weeks ago, it was at about 9 months since the last patch hit. So there's nothing that WoW's doing that's making me really want to jump in the game even more. And it's one of those things where Blizzard is relying so much on cross promotion with everything that's going on that I think they're losing focus of some of those core games that they used to do a lot for. Okay, sorry, John. I just had to get that out there.
Well, going way, 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 way back to when Jocelyn brought up Diablo as a hero she was playing in Heroes of the Storm, I just wanted to point out, Jocelyn, in a way that now seems like I'm completely ignoring the tangent Ben just went on, which I was trying not to do, but heaven forbid I give this one brief aside. I think
how often are you known to do a brief aside?
I think
That's
I totally called that you were going to like Diablo. I think if we go back to when we were still trying to talk you into playing Heroes, I think I said, Jocelyn, you should play Diablo, because what you do is you pick people up over your shoulder and then you knock them back into your team and then you watch everybody blow them up and it feels really good.
Yeah, it feels real good.
So, okay, that's all. Now, fast forward 80 years into the future. Ben, you're right. I agree with you. In fact, if you look at what just came out in terms of Heroes news this week, so we got a balance patch on Wednesday, which we have also had one last week, but let's just look at this week. We got a new hero reveal. We got new hero details on Tracer. We got a new map talked about and in the game which is kind of technically its own game mode in a lot of ways. And today we got a blog post talking about how they are going to change all of the key binding settings to where you can now do custom quick cast on certain abilities.
Oh, cool.
Like, that's 1 week of stuff in here. Oh, and we got a video showing new skins that are coming and under development.
And still Asmodunk, but that was last week, but it's still fantastic.
And Asmodunk, which is amazing.
I really, honestly, I went in and picked my bracket for heroes, and I did it completely randomly, just based on whether or not I'd heard of the school before in any context. And then if it kind of resembled the name of something that I knew, like I think there's a school called Toronto or something. So I was
like Toronto.
I'm like, I live close to there. It's clearly not the same school, but I don't care.
So wait, does that mean you've picked Canada to win the whole thing?
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't even know who I picked. I just hope that I get high enough that I can get Asmodunk. That's what it's all about.
Oh,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think it's like the top 500 or something. Get him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I filled out my bracket this week. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. And we got all the Heroes of the Dorm stuff coming out, and that starts tomorrow, which is still technically this week. So, like, you compare that to what has happened in WoW, and sure, if you are really into the alpha, there's content there for you.
Yeah, but the thing, I don't even count. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, John, but like I don't count alpha as content. That just doesn't count. That is the next expansion. That is September's content. Like I have alpha access and I haven't played because I don't want to spoil the crap out of everything. If I play alpha, by the time September comes, I'm not going to want to play Warcraft anymore. And that's supposed to be the big fun launchy time.
And here's the big thing with me too. With the alpha, I haven't done a lot because look how little content was in Warlords of Draenor. I'm not going to play through all the content.
When it's in alpha.
Yeah, exactly. And sure, there will be some changes, but no. And I mean, I've tested some things. I've gone in, I've tried some systems out, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm doing in alpha, but I'm not spending a whole ton of time with it because I'm waiting for that polished experience once. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you, Jocelyn. Totally with you on that.
I have been known from time to time to be considered perhaps a bit of a curmudgeon when it comes to certain things.
What?
Not always the most fair, I think, assertion of my character, but one I'm happy to play into from time to time. And I will say this, though, even for me, when I was trying to play the alpha, because I thought, okay, there's not a lot of WoW to talk about. Maybe if I play a lot of the alpha, that'll give me something to talk about on the show, and I can give people the sweet deets on the alpha, and that'll be real exciting. But what I noticed is being an alpha makes me even a bigger curmudgeon because now I don't know what I think is broken versus what is actually broken. So what happened is I got in and I'm like, we're in the stupid sewers and the gun shoots out of the handle of the gun and it doesn't even make any sense and the grappling hook looks like shit. So I don't even know, this whole game's broken, uninstall, I'm done. And that's a gross overreaction, and I don't want to do that, and I don't think people want to hear that. So, I'm with you guys for all the reasons you said and that one.
I just wish that, and it's a wish I've had for Warcraft for a while, that all of the stuff in between expansions wasn't given to us in some sort of external way. Like, I wish they didn't have to publish a book that was the Chronicles of WoW that tells you all of the things. Mm-hmm. I wish that we didn't have to have Christy Golden, as fantastic as she is. Like, I love her writing. She is the best Warcraft writer out there. But I wish I didn't have to read the War Crimes book in between two expansions. Like, I wish that was just quest content. Just put it in the game. Yeah. Like, make a cinematic of the trial. Like, I don't know. It just seems like such a lost opportunity, especially when we have these big, huge gaps in actual playable content.
And I think that gets us right back to what we're talking about, which is look at all it took to get, and I'm just speaking for myself here, to get me interested in the game again. Mm-hmm. A portrait in a game that I don't actually play all that much. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm in. Let me get a character up to level 20. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to totally do it. And I'm excited to do it. And I'm thinking about, what character am I going to make? Am I going to play one I already made? Am I going to start fresh? Should I live stream it? I don't know. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about, WoW, thanks to a different team, thanks to a reward I kind of don't care all that much about.
But see, that just shows like how little it takes to get real Warcraft fans excited about Warcraft. You don't need much. You just need something. I'm sure if they were like, hey, there's a new shiny mount, level up to level 40, you'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like all you need, we just need a little bit to work for, and work for in a way that isn't bash your head against it. Like, I mean, it took us how many weeks to get Manoroth down? I got 6 gold. Are you kidding me? 6 gold?
Oh, I totally got my 5-piece.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, that was not very rewarding, not very fun. Bash your head against the content. Like, you didn't actually feel like you were making a whole lot of progression. And it's like they've just made raids so difficult that that's what you're supposed to spend your time doing. And it's not fun. Leveling 1 to 20 is more fun for a painting in a game you don't play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, fix your end game a little bit. Give us a reason to play and progress and do different things for cosmetic rewards. Like, not even anything that's crazy, just fun cosmetic stuff. Yeah. We want things to be shiny. Because that's all Leandrin or whatever. That's all she is. She's just shiny. Like, she sparkles a little.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that John and I have talked about numerous times on this show. And that is, give us something that is cosmetic, something fun, whether it be titles, mounts, pets, cool transmog stuff that is just transmog. I mean, give us something that, you know, has some sort of goal that's just not, okay, well, I've leveled the rep with this this faction and that faction, and I've saved up this many Apexis crystals and things like that, because it's not compelling enough to do it. It just isn't anymore.
And putting a moose in the game that's tied only to normal and heroic raiders.
No. Heroic and mythic.
Oh, yeah, heroic and mythic.
Normal doesn't even get it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I reverted back to the old method of raiding for a moment.
That's okay. You know, you haven't raided in...
It's been a while.
Yeah, we're well aware.
Probably 6-7 months, at least.
Yeah. Do you know that well, Ben knows because I confessed to him today. I actively try to get people to not raid with you guys.
What?
We might have only been on one tank last night.
Yeah, it was very close. We were trying very hard to not let Civ quit out of Overwatch. I was like, what are you going to do? Isn't that game dead yet, Civ? Come on, stay with us. We just didn't want to lose Civ. He was shooting people with us, and it was
He
fun.
loves hanging out with me, though, so come on.
Well, there you go. That's what won him over, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. That's the frustrating part about WoW, right? Is I have been known to say that a game like Heroes, you kind of have to find your own reward within the challenge, because it's a game where victory feels really good and defeat feels really, really miserable. And even as miserable as defeat in Heroes of the Storm can feel, I still feel like raiding, even when you're victorious sometimes, can feel worse than that. And I think that's something that they should probably look at.
It's so true. I mean, even like Manoroth is the first boss, the first time that I've had an experience where I've been with a raid team who's, you know, fairly serious. They know what they're doing, and just bash their head up against it week after week after week, to the point that when we actually got it down, like, I mean, I cheered. I literally, like, I was like, woohoo!
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, literally my reward for this is a harder boss that I'm going to bash my head up against for even longer.
Oh, did you watch the video for him yet?
No.
Oh, I did on Fat Boss earlier today. Jocelyn, it's going to be a while.
Oh, no.
Settle in.
Oh my
and
God.
Then Hunt's posted all of the stats, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm doing a third of what I should be doing for DPS, and I thought I was doing so good.
No. That's
like,
not
I
what
hate
he
this game.
posted.
Table flip.
That's not what he posted. He just posted people who are at the very top of their game, who have better gear than you, who have a slightly different rotation than you, because I'm not going to lie, I looked at yours and your rotation was pretty good. It was actually matching almost like shot for shot. It's just that you need to get the right gear and the right, gear bonuses and stuff. Trust me, I looked. Because I had a feeling that you might be like, gosh darn it.
Well, and then I looked at the dude that they compared me to, and it was like so much different than, like, I think he was doing almost 80k DPS. And then I look at the guy that Hunts is compared to, and he was doing like 45k DPS. And I was like, how did you get that? And I got an 80k guy. What the hell, Hunts?
Yeah, see,
rigged.
He totally rigged it. That's what it was.
Like, we are the same, Hunts. We are the same, and somehow there's this huge discrepancy. Shenanigans.
He's padding the numbers is what he's doing.
Okay, we totally have to call him on that.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. We're calling it. Nice. Yeah, I don't know.
Rating is not the way to get people interested in WoW. Other games, apparently, are the way to get people interested in WoW.
Well, according to Blizzard, yeah. I mean, you know what? It's going to be so great because once Overwatch comes out, I'm going to have a baby Winston pet in WoW. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to see him.
Yep, there he is.
Yep. Who knows after that?
Just hanging out.
Knows?
He's wearing a little tiny business shirt, isn't he?
No, he's wearing like his outfit, but smaller.
Oh, I thought he was in his little business suit.
No.
It's not business time. Sad face.
Wait a minute.
It's always business time.
Really? Why do I have a picture of a tiny, cute little monkey in a business suit?
Because you like monkeys who wear business suits.
Your reasons are your own, sir.
Okay. Well, you know what's better than a monkey in a business suit?
No, I don't. I don't think there's much that's better.
Well, let me blow your mind. A monkey wearing the official Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt, which you could buy, or a monkey who has, means, could buy at /loot.com. You all right, Ben?
You broke Ben.
A monkey that has means.
Well,
How about an ape? Because he's not a monkey. He's an ape.
All right, fine. Before the correctionists write in.
And I did look, and no, he's not wearing a business suit.
Damn it. Is he wearing our shirt?
No, he's not wearing that either. What's up with that?
Well, all he would have to do is go to /loot.com, click on podcasts, find the official Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt, and he could order one. Feel real good about his monkey self. And if he said, hey, you know what? I'm not a monkey, I'm an ape. I really want to clarify this to the public at large. Well, he could go to geekasylum.etsy.com and pick up an Azeroth Roundtable pendant and keychain. Because nothing says I'm not a monkey, I'm an ape, like a necklace or a keychain.
Yeah, exactly. And people say my segues and ads suck.
Who says that?
No, they
lot
did
of people,
say that.
especially
okay,
John.
that kind of looks like a business suit.
No, it doesn't.
No, not at all.
When you look at it real quick and stop looking at it, it looks like a business suit.
Okay.
I think it's the glasses more than anything. He just looks like he should be working in an office.
Office ape.
Also, he's got Goku hair.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
He can go Super Simian.
No,
He's a Super Simian.
no, John.
His
No.
hair gets gold, and he goes, ah, like that.
Then there's 2 episodes in a row where he just goes like this.
Yeah, it's good.
No.
It's good stuff.
I don't think so.
Dragon Ball Z jokes. 3 years of Dragon Ball Z jokes.
Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. It's always a treat to come on here.
Aw,
It's
you
my
say that
WoW
every
outlet.
time. Thank you.
It is every time.
Oh, that's right. I need to count how many times you've actually been on the show. Oh, crap.
Yep.
John,
Ben.
take it away.
Hi, everybody. John here from Azeroth Roundtable. Thank you for joining us this evening. We've laughed, we've cried, we've gotten angry together, but we've grown together as a people. And look, I know the world of Warcraft can be a dangerous place, a place full of questions and dark desires, but we're all in this together. I don't think of us as an Azeroth divided. I think of us as an Azeroth united. A collection of people who enjoy digital media and hanging out with friends and pretending like we're slightly cooler than we actually are. A group of people that like to go into raids and have heart-crushing experiences night after night after night just so that they can feel kind of good once for like a couple minutes because they got a new hat. That's the kind of people we are. It's like capitalism.
Capitalism.
But with swords. Which is just like capitalism. Anyway, we thank you for these 3 years that you have joined us and hopefully had a little bit of fun and, I don't know, shucks, maybe learned something along the way too. I need to be careful because the more I make Ben laugh, the longer this takes and the more time I have to
I'm
buy.
good. I'm done.
Oh, well, thanks, Ben. I was only
just
buying
finished when
time.
you made me laugh.
Okay, whatever. Go.
Jeez. Jocelyn, this is your 12th guest appearance on the show.
No way.
Yep.
See, I told you, not a guest, but an inconsistent co-host.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was really funny that, like, I was at episode 51 and you're on, like, I think 5 times already. So I'm like, oh, crap. She's going to be on here a lot. So,
Doesn't feel like that many.
well, that just means you need to keep coming back for more.
Yeah, it's because we have fun.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. John here from Azeroth Roundtable. We like to have fun here on the show. But you know what's not fun? Bullying.
Says
I shouldn't have
you.
laughed at that.
You're the person.
What are you talking about, Ben? I don't bully people.
Right. Yeah, Civ, you shouldn't go back to Raid. Isn't that game dead?
I was encouraging Civ to make himself happy. You guys are the bullies. You're bullying Civ into labor. He wants to be over there shooting people as Tracer, saying cheers, love, or blocking stuff with sweet Reinhardt shields. And you guys are like, no, you come over here and you block with a shitty shield, and then we're going to make fun of you for it. And we're like, but Civ, we love you. You save us and you make our life so much better over here. And he's like, sorry, guys, I made a commitment. They're going to yell at me if I don't go. And we're like, but your real friends wouldn't yell at you, Civ.
You're making us sound like terrible people.
Oh,
we're
we're
nice
terrible.
people.
Trust me, we're terrible people. Just ask anyone. So, Jocelyn, how can people find you?
In the best transition of his career.
3 years to practice.
It's all
think I
building
would've
up to
gotten better.
this.
You really would.
A long silence and so.
Sup?
So, gotta do the like, my head's already way back. Gotta do the so.
Well done. Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Hate
You
that.
actually look really thuggish.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm terrified right now.
Sure you are.
I actually feel unsafe. See, I told you were a bully.
I know where you live, John.
I know you know where I live. We went out to dinner earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I live. I live over on Twitter at Joss Plays, as well as Twitch. Same handle.
Boom! That was
How you do
awesome.
transition.
That's
Wow.
a pro. That's a. I've had 12 episodes of practice transition right there.
How about you, John? Where do you live?
Hi, everybody. John here from Azeroth Roundtable. If you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. You can also catch me every Saturday from 12 to 3 Pacific Standard Time. Nope, make that Mountain Standard Time because time zones. On the Experience Points show with Scott Johnson. Also part of the Frog Pants Network is the other show I do called Core. Core. It's a
Core.
Heroes of the Storm podcast, and, well, I might be biased, but I'd say it's excellent. Ben?
Yeah. I'd say it's excellent too.
Ben?
Yes, John.
How are you?
Doing okay.
You feeling fine?
Mm-hmm.
You feeling dandy?
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
Well, Ben,
Mm-hmm.
where can people find you?
Oh gosh, John, I'm glad you asked because people can find me on Twitter. I am at Ben the Mage. I'm also on a couple other shows like Geektopia or Battle Pets, or I should say and, because I am actually on both of those as well. If you want, do me a huge favor.
Okay.
Do a search in YouTube for Ben Bumhofer.
Nope, because that'll get me weird videos.
No. Do that, and subscribe to my channel. I'm playing through the Mass Effect series. 3 episodes in.
Ooh,
having fun.
Good series.
Next up, going to Nova Area. Yeah, gonna be awesome.
Rachni. Are you gonna get scared?
No, I'm not.
Do the Rachni scare you?
No, not
What
really.
about when that guy's sitting in the chair talking to you and he's like, "Hey, everybody," and then all of a sudden, Brett comes right out of his chest? That scared the shit out of me the first time I played the game. I was real close to the TV and it was late at night.
Okay. Great.
So look forward to that on Ben's YouTube page.
Yeah. But anyway, subscribe there. I'd appreciate it. It'd help me out. This show, though, Azeroth Roundtable, which you're listening to right now, this show, I'm going to totally cough.
I like he's still doing his professional voice, too, while he's over there like, "Hi, everybody. Ben here. I just messed up my words, and now I'm going to cough into the microphone.
Yeah,
At least I managed to mute, but then I drank some water."
Yeah,
like
no, everything's good. But just letting you know that this show can be found on AzerothRoundtable.com, as well as on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Alpha Geek Radio. One thing that's really neat about our iTunes is that you can leave a rating. In fact, Downey, maybe.
Downey.
Yeah, something like that. Downey said, "Good World of Warcraft podcast. That's a 5-star review. Fun to listen to. Keep it up, guys."
Downey. Oh, sorry.
So,
I thought that was his whole review.
No, not at all. But thank you very much for leaving that. We do appreciate that. That was actually done just a few days ago, John. If you want to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, we'll look at it occasionally and see what you do.
Thank you, Downey.
Just Downey.
Oh, you said Downey.
I know. I was trying to figure out how to say it. Thanks for pointing that out, John. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, or want to give us your feedback about this episode or the rest of the 3-year run that we've had, go ahead and send those to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. Of course, our show on Twitter is @AzerothRT, and our intro contains music from Volatile React. God damn it.
Even his "God damn it" was in the professional voice.
Anyways, the intro contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod, and you can find more of his music at incoffeetech.com. John, on a personal level, I would like to say thanks for hanging out for the last 3 years with me. This has been a lot of fun.
Ben.
And Jocelyn, thanks for visiting us for very many multiple times for the past 3 years.
You are very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Ben.
John, yeah?
Thanks, man. Thanks for 3 years of awesomeness.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, John?
Hi there.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah? You doing all right?
I think so.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Good. I'm just making sure you're happy.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording for the show. I consider this officially our 3rd anniversary show ending now.
I like that Sarah confirms this is weird. Yep. It's weird.
Yay, and that's a show.
Huzzah! Well done.
Aw, thanks.
We did it. We survived the episode.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
I'm also throwing random Nevermore quotes into the chat room from our ladies' night. It's good.
Oh yeah, some of the quotes that I hear, holy crap.
Yeah.
Can I just say I am looking so forward to the fun matchup we have coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. We have to figure out all the rules that you guys are going to have to play by. And, okay, is that map going to be available by the time we're ready to start playing on Tuesday?
I don't know. I was under the impression it was already in the friggin' game, and then everybody made it sound like it wasn't yet. But, like, their whole little blog post thing made it sound like it was already there. So I'm going to pull it up right now and see if it's already in there. And then,
because that would be pretty crazy.
If
yeah, brand new
not,
map for you guys? That'd be awesome. And by the way, while we were doing the show, I totally filled out my bracket too.
Nice. Who'd you pick to win?
I think ASU.
Good call. I actually think they're gonna win the whole thing. So.
I should. Where do I get heroes of the dorm? /brackets. Thank you, Chrome, for auto.
I know that I did Cornell more than I should have, as well as Carleton, because The Office and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You like to do the Carlton. It's understandable.
Yeah!
What's wrong with her?
No, that's why she picked Cornell as well, because of The Office.
I picked Belmont because Veronica.
Oh, I did Belmont because of Castlevania.
I totally picked Toronto to win. I don't even think it's the right Toronto.
Whatever, it's still in Canada.
Canada.
I picked ASU to lose to Toronto.
Oh.
But I picked them all the way through up to then.
I
Because
think-
they had a 1 next to their name. So I was like, clearly that means they're winning.
Yeah, I think I actually had Toronto losing to ASU for the win.
Ah.
Okay, it's not in the game yet, so we can at least confirm that. Hopefully soon.
Da hucka.
Because that would be amazing.
Yeah, it'll probably be in next patch. They've been talking so much about additional content that's coming in the patch that I actually suspect we're getting the patch whenever Dahaka comes in.
Hey, John.
Yes, Ben.
I'm throwing stuff on my desk apparently, but I would like to say again, thank you very much for the 3 years. I think it's time to celebrate with cake.
That's right. We gotta have cake. It's just, the law. So
I don't have video anymore.
what are you gonna do? Hold on, I gotta go get my cake because my cake is still in the kitchen.
Okay.
I don't have cake.
I know
sorry.
this is really mean what you did to Jocelyn, Ben. I'm just gonna say that.
Jocelyn.
I can't be too mad because you gave me cake, but at the same time, like,
Jocelyn,
it is kind of messed up.
you know I love you, right?
I guess.
I'm sorry I didn't give you cake.
You should try to send it through the internet. Just smoosh it all over your camera so that I know that you're trying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
If you really loved me.
I really love you though. Here, I'll try to put this little confetti piece through my camera. How's that?
Cheating. Well
there,
done.
Okay, get it.
Okay,
Oh.
I got it.
There's actually crap on my camera now. There, I think that works.
What did I
Oh,
come
no, I
back
need to clean my camera.
It's all blurry. What'd you do to your camera? Jesus, I know you like cake, but my God, man.
See, Jocelyn, I love you.
Ugh. Ugh.
That is very gross.
We're back to where people can see the blur that is Ben and whatever the hell he did to his screen while I was away. Thank God I wasn't here to witness it.
Hold on.
Ew, he's cleaning it.
There.
Oh,
There, good, right? Not
I
blurry?
don't know, man. I don't know. It's never gonna look clean to me now.
Vaseline on the lens, yeah. Right.
All right, I'm only gonna have one bite right now because I feel bad excluding Jocelyn. So
No, it's fine. It's fine.
it's gonna be a bite of cake
Happy anniversary, John.
as soon as I can get into it. Hold on, I'm being foiled by a plastic container because I'm trying to do it quietly, so it's ultimately being louder because I'm just like, I can't figure out
We'll just
plastic.
open it up really quick.
How does it work? You know what it is? They taped the damn side that it doesn't open on. They put the tape over the sealed side. What kind of sense does that make? None, I tells you.
Makes none of the senses.
All right.
Aren't I supposed to? Oh, there's the share button. I'm like, thought I was allowed to do this.
Cake time. Let there
time.
be cake.
Happy anniversary.
Anniversary, 3 years. Woo!
Wow, that's really sweet frosting. Oh. I mean, yay, cake. Whoa.
Congratulations on 3 years and diabetes.
Yay, diabetes.
Ew, John moved his fork so fast.
What?
Okay, apparently Sarah's trying to take a picture with her phone of us eating cake.
Should I pout then?
I don't think we're going to be eating another bite, Sarah.
Ew.
The end.
I shared my random bracket in the chat room.
Tell her to
That's-
hurry, I'm posing.
Oh, hold on. I got to pose too then. Hold on. He's posing.
I I see him posing.
Okay, I'm posing. That's probably good.
Okay.
Good, delay and everything.
There was no cake on that fork. It's all lies. It's all lies. There's nothing true to this art at all.
It's okay.
I
Oh man,
picked
that is
Utah.
really sweet.
I picked Utah to go to the heroic 4 because Utah. I know people there.
That's a state where I know people. They must be
Yep.
good at Heroes of the Storm.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what? When you win $10,000 for your unique bracket, you're going to be like, who knew?
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll do, like 2 thumbs to yourself and be like, I knew. That's who.
So does my bracket automatically come up?
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Oh, it
signed
doesn't.
in, probably.
Oh, my bracket. There we go.
Man, this is exciting. We're going to watch that this weekend. I'm so pumped.
Here, I'm gonna share my
I'm going to
bracket.
be
too.
watching brackets. Heroes of the Dorm. And
That's my bracket.
Let me pull up mine.
Oh, so it's like 2 weekends?
Oh no, sorry, ASU to USC. Yeah. Let's see. Where does Toronto get kicked out? Look, I chose Toronto to win a couple times because of you, Jocelyn.
Yay.
All right. Hold
There
on.
it is.
Pulling up my bracket.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, Toronto gets beaten by ASU.
Ah.
Well, he had to pick us over you. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, makes sense, right?
Oh, is that what that is?
it's home
ASU? Yeah,
state.
Arizona State University.
Ah.
Oh, they're
What's
still
a
smeared.
blaze?
Yeah.
People have been talking about a blaze.
That's when someone gets high off of marijuana.
No,
cigarettes.
no. I mean, there's a team, I think, but I don't know who they are.
Oh.
But everyone's talking about them having lots of hate. Oh, I picked one team, Johns Hopkins, because they were called the Button Mashers, and I liked that.
Oh, you can find team names?
Oh yeah.
There's like a little eye, like a little blue eye at each of the matchups,
Oh,
and it tells
no.
you like stats.
Yeah,
I
man,
just
there's
looked
a-
at the team names.
There's a whole scientific method you ignored.
Oh, I did. I like this one.
You're.
Oh, maybe it's UT Arlington Dark Blaze. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it's that team because they
Western
actually
Washington,
have
how
pro
they?
players on the team.
Ah,
So does ASU for that matter. But
that sounds like cheating.
well,
No.
pro players got to go to college too.
Mm.
No, I'm just thinking.
Except
like,
maybe they don't. I don't know. That was not very convincing.
no, it was more of a. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, yeah, I'm a pro player. I got to go to college though. My mom told me.
Pretty much, exactly.
Thanks a lot, Mom. Ben, your lens is still
I know,
fuzzy,
I
and I
know.
feel like I'm watching a bad
I'll clean it before next time. You're welcome, Jocelyn. I love you.
He's using the warm filter. What did you do? No,
I
don't
tried
tell
to
me
feed her
what you
cake
did.
because she asked me to.
Oh, you put your cake on the lens?
Not. I got one of the sprinkles on the lens, and then apparently, I guess it must have had like frosting on it or something. I do weird things, John.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, all
Really?
right then. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
John
John.
here.
John here.
From Azeroth Roundtable.
Oh, all right, guys. I have to run. We're still not done moving our stuff downstairs, and I think Matt is currently doing that, so I need to go
Aw.
help him. But yeah, so thanks for having me.
No, thank you
You're
very much for
welcome.
joining us.
You guys.
We're wrapping up anyway, so that's all
All
fine.
right.
We'll talk to you later, Jocelyn, and thanks for joining us.
Mhm.
Thank you,
And if I
thank
don't
you for
talk to you
inviting
before
me.
Sunday, have a good weekend.
I will. I'm sure we will, though, because time walking, right? At some point?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Just tell Nevermore to text me or something.
She could hear you.
Okay, Nevermore, text me. Let me know when you want a time walk.
She'll respond in like a minute.
I
Okay.
always want a time walk, for the record.
Perfect.
That sounds great.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, chat room.
That was fun, John.
Hi, Ben.
Can you believe it's been 3 years?
No. And
Okay.
yes, at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of weird things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it seems crazy, but also appropriate, is how
Yeah.
it feels.
True. Very, very true.
Well, gang, that's going to do it for our show tonight. We hope you've enjoyed Azeroth Roundtable, and we hope you'll join us again next time. Until then, this is John,
And this is Ben.
signing out.